Let's continue discussing the tackle's responsibility, and then we'll get into the drills that we will use to train the tackles. Once again, with the tackles, we are trying to control the offensive guards. We're going to control these guys through a few techniques here. First, we're going to focus on the shoulder of the guards. Wherever that outside shoulder goes is a good clue as to what they're trying to do to you. On the snap, okay, we take a little 6-inch power step forward with our outside foot. Little 6-inch power step forward with our outside foot. We are reading those guards, seeing what they're going to do. Then we attack the guards with our hands. We shoot our inside hand low, grab a hold of that inside number. The outside hand hits the upper arm or the shoulder pad of the guard. All right, that's called locking up. Get that inside hand, grab the number, inside number, outside hand hits the shoulder. Now we're locking up with them, okay? We keep our feet moving and we maintain control. We maintain control. Okay? All right, very good. Let's talk about the drills we're going to use here. The drills that we use, first is the takeoff drill. The takeoff drill, this is done with all of the defensive linemen. The coach calls the cadence, and he tries to make you guys jump off sides. All right, he'll say, ready, set, hut, 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 and then he will move the ball. Okay, let me see if I can get that. There we go. He'll move the ball just like that, and then everyone runs forward 5 yards. Real simple. You get down in your stance, you go forward 5 yards, on a sprint as soon as the ball moves. But the coach is going to try and make you jump off sides. The idea here, guys, is that you will learn to move when the ball moves. You absolutely ignore the quarterback's cadence. You're focused only on the ball. And look, when you do this, you don't stare at the football. You don't stare at the football, okay? You use your peripheral vision. You can tilt your head a little bit, but use your peripheral vision to watch that ball so that you can then focus on executing your responsibility afterwards when that ball moves. Okay, the next drill, let's see here, is the bear call drill, the bear call takeoff drill. The bear call takeoff drill. Now look, the defensive lineman, if we come up against a team that has a dominant offensive line, I mean guys that are, headed to D1 colleges or something like that, where there's just no way that we can compete with those guys. It might happen. Okay, I don't expect it to, but it might happen. If it does, we are not going to just take those guys on with our normal technique. If we're getting blown off the line 5 yards every play, we better do something different. So what we have is a bear call. That is where we're going to bear crawl into the B gap. For the tackles, we're just going to bear crawl into the B gap there and try and prevent the guard from getting to our linebackers. Okay, so we have to train ourselves to bear crawl, and we do it with this takeoff drill. Same kind of thing. Coach calls the cadence. He moves the ball. Then you guys fire out, and we want you to bear crawl 5 steps and then stand up and run for 5 steps. Great conditioning drill. It's very beneficial to get you in your 4-point stance, firing out of your 4-point stances there. Okay, next. A little preview. Now, let's see. This is the drive drill. That's right. The one-on-one takeoff and drive drill. This is a competitive drill. We're going to line the tackles up, all right, with opposite shoulders. You're each focusing on the other's outside shoulder, okay? And coach will call the cadence and move the football. You then fire out and engage each other. And we want you to lock up with the inside hands grabbing those numbers, and then the outside hands violently hitting your opponent's outside shoulder, and you lock up this way. We want you to drive your opponent back 1 yard, or where the cones are there. Okay? We then want you to drive each other back, keep the legs moving. If you just stop and stand there like two statues, well, coach will probably get a little upset and he'll call it off and have you do it again. You got to keep your legs moving. Keep those legs moving and drive the other guy back. All right, then we, of course, will switch shoulders. Switch shoulders like that. Very competitive drill, very, very beneficial. We want you to get used to seeing the ball move from your peripheral vision and then firing out and attacking the man across the line from you. Now, we can also go into pairs here. The coach might have two lines, two going on at the same time, but he would watch one and then the other just to keep things moving a little quicker. But he does need to watch one and make sure that the technique is good before he turns his attention to the other one. Now, I want to give you a preview of the Tckls one-on-one reaction drill, and then we're going to go to part 3 and discuss this in much greater detail. When you're focused on this offensive guard, think about it. This guard can do one of 7 different things, and we are going to train you guys to respond to each one of these, and it'll become automatic, but this is for the coach's benefit as much as the players to watch this portion here. Okay, first, think about this. The guard can try and drive block our tackles. Just come right at them and open up the A gap there. So we have to teach a response to that kind of assignment from the guard. The guard could also try and do a jump-through block and go after our linebacker. He could do an angle-down block on Nick like this and try and double-team him with the center. And we have to, train our tackles how to respond to this one. The guard might pull right. He might pull left. Okay? Might pull to the outside, pull to the inside. We have to be prepared, and we're going to teach you. Pass block. They might do a pass. How do our tackles respond to this? We have a drill for that. And then, of course, there we might have to deal with a reach block where the guard tries to hook our defensive tackles. And regardless of what happens here, okay, we don't want you to be overwhelmed in this training, because what we're going to do is teach you how to do this. You can do this. We're going to teach you how with this one-on-one reaction drill. Okay, and a progression that we have, a real nice, easy progression, lots of repetitions, a real nice progression so that we can train our tackles in exactly what to do. When in doubt, you always key and attack that outside shoulder. Key and attack that outside shoulder, and it will all go well. All right, so go to part 3. Watch this again if you need to, but in part 3, we will go into the details of that one-on-one reaction drill and really dive into it. Thank you.